Hey everybody, my name is Christina. I'm largely responsible for this oil community. And we had a lot of people join us last month. So I wanted to do a quick and awkward video about what to do with your oils when you have them. So you've got these oils, now what do you do? It can be overwhelming, especially if you're in the WhatsApp group or you're in a Facebook group and people are talking about all kinds of protocols and recipes and you don't even know where to start. So I'm going to show you where to start. One of the first things you need to do is go get the PDF, and I will put these all in Unit 1 in the Facebook group so you can find them. It's a PDF called Healthy is Simple, and it's really a handy little download you can do. You can print it off, but it's got great ways to use the oils, brief explanations, very quick, very easy, and you'll want to maybe spend some time reading the Copilot description. So one of the first things you need to know is that we speak in code. There's a code language. Thanks to the Food and Drug Association, we can't actually tie a medical disease with essential oils. So I can't say that the pain in my head that throbs under stress or tension is called a headache. So we're going to call it something else. So periodically you'll see us talk about seasonal threats or anxious thoughts and overwhelm, digestive issues, respiratory issues, muscle tension. So those are all things that you're going to have to figure out what we're talking about. It's part of the fun, part of the charm. The other thing that you're going to want to do is to either join the WhatsApp group if you're on WhatsApp and you can ask questions there, or join the Facebook group and we will certainly answer questions there. And there are roughly 15 units of information that you can go through, starting in Unit 1, which will walk you through the introduction and basically everything I want to show you here. The other thing you'll want to do is to get a book, and granted right now it's very difficult to get books here, but a reference book such as The Essential Life. This is the old version because I accidentally sold my updated version. The Essential Life, Modern Essentials, Advanced Oil Magic, those are all great books to have. They're also available in apps on your phone, so you can actually just get the app. I think it costs $5 or $6 a year to download, and you just put in the symptom, you put in the oil, and it will tell you what it's for and what to do with that. So that's also very easy. Great, so you have your oils, and now what do you do? Are they sitting in your box, packed away nicely because it's a nice, pretty box? Or have you put them out so you can see them? Because that's the first thing you need to do is to go get your oils and put them out where you can see them. So let's start with, you're gonna get some oils. I mean, literally like getting some oils right now, like right here. So go get one of your oils. Maybe it's lavender, maybe it's frankincense, balance, whatever it is you want to do. The first thing you're gonna do is just use them. So one easy trick is to put one drop in your hand, like such, and then rub it together, and just take a deep breath in, and exhale. We need to do a lot of breath work these days, hey? And you can do this for several minutes, because the essential oils are a volatile aromatic compound. So it's liquid in one state, and as soon as it hits the air, it becomes gas. And that's actually the fragrance, and the scent is actually what you're smelling, is what you're using. It's going into your nose, into your brain, into your body, into your cells. And that's just one drop of goodness. So let's talk about the different ways you can use your oils. There's 3 ways: aromatically, which we just did there, topically, and internally. So aromatically, if you have a diffuser, diffusers are the gateway. I suggest you get a diffuser and have it running in your house night and day, because you can literally change an environment, change the atmosphere, change somebody's mood through a sense of smell. So if there's an anxious thought or some overwhelm going on in your house, diffuse some balance in lavender, diffuse some serenity, diffuse some copaiba and wild orange because those are going to be very calming. So you'll take your diffuser. This is the Volo. And you're going to put the oils in the diffuser. I would say 4 or 5 drops. You can combine oils. I frequently do peppermint and wild orange for motivation and just to clear the air because it smells really refreshing. And then you're going to fill it to the water level with water. I just use tap water. Close it, turn it on, and let it go. You can do whatever combination you want to achieve. So if you want to kill some things in the air, then On Guard is great. You want, like I said, you want it to be calm, choose something else. It's just one of those things that you can have in the background and you realize you don't realize it's affecting you until everybody's in a better mood. So diffusing is really, really great. If you don't have a diffuser, you can, again, just put a drop in your hand and smell. It's a great way to actually get those oils into your body. You can put some on a paper towel or a cotton ball or anything. Just drop a few drops here and put this around the house. Put it in your drawer, put it in your cupboard, put it in somebody's stinky shoes. You know, just put it anywhere you want to smell better. And the oils are so potent, they're going to last for a while. You'll be able to smell them for a good long time. If you have a clothes peg, a wooden clothes peg, put it on the wooden clothes peg, put that in the vent in your car, so then your car smells nice. So yeah, just open them, get them out, use them, smell them. They're wonderful. Second way you're going to use essential oils is topically. So they can be applied neat in some situations, like for instance, if you have a blemish on your face or you name it, you want to put something directly on, that's fine. You can put like tea tree or lavender directly on your face. Lavender has a little bit of a bite to it, so I wouldn't put it into an open wound, but on like say a rash or something, it's fine. You will want to get some fractionated coconut oil. Looks like this. You can order this off the doTERRA site, or you can get it in some health food shops, or you can order it online from some of our suppliers on our team, and I will put those links there in the Facebook group, but I will link directly to everybody on our team who's also selling accessories so we can support each other. So fractionated coconut oil never gets solid. So it's light, it's unscented, so it doesn't mess with the smell of the oils, and super easy to use. So that's gonna be your carrier oil. So when you're using or applying oils, like for instance for a massage, you'll want to put the carrier oil on first, then put on your Deep Blue, then put on your On Guard, then put on your Aroma Touch or whatever it is you're using, because that will actually help seal in the oils, keep them from evaporating off your skin, and they will last a lot longer. Plus it helps just, you know, on your skin, it's nice. The other thing you can do is put oils on the bottoms of your feet. You don't even have to use a carrier on the bottom of your feet. But if you want to get the oils into your body, put them on the bottom of your feet, 1 or 2 drops. So for instance, in the morning, I start with balance. I say every morning, I mean I try to do it every morning. Right on the bottoms of your feet because it is so calming and so grounding and it really helps set the mood for the day. And I strongly suggest everyone do that these days. If you want to use a strong oil like, let's say, oregano or oregano, and you don't have a carrier oil, the bottoms of your feet is a great place because oregano is going to kill pretty much everything in its path. And that is exactly what you want. You only want to use oregano for roughly 2 weeks at a time. So because it will elevate liver proteins and you don't want that. So it's quite potent. It's the same thing as taking an antibiotic, the way your body responds to it. So do oregano 2 weeks on and then give yourself a break. What else? Roller balls. So this is one of the best ways I find to do topical blend is to make a roller. So these, super easy. And there's some nice businesses that will bring in these roller balls for us. So I look up what I need, and there's all kinds of recipes online. In this instance, I will say with oils, Google is not necessarily your friend, because some of the things you will read and research, they will say, oh, don't use this essential oil, don't do this with this essential oil. And they're right, because you don't know what kind of oils are out there. 85% of the oils that are out there that they're talking about are dangerous to people because they're adulterated with different things. So with doTERRA, it's nothing in the bottle except for the plant. So you actually have you'll get a different perspective with these oils. It's just not the same. So you can go to doTERRA.com and their blog. Look at the blog and I'll tell you all kinds of ways to use the oils. For instance, I like to do, let's say I want a calming oil or a calming blend. I'm going to do Balance, Copaiba, and I'll probably do Serenity. So Serenity is great for sleep in the diffuser, great for calming during the day in smaller amounts. Like, you don't want to put a whole bunch of Serenity on just before you head out to the shop, because you'll be very, very sleepy. But at night, it's great. So in my roller, I'm only going to put probably 5 drops of Serenity, but I'll do 10 drops each of Copaiba and Balance. And then I'll probably put some wild orange in. So then all you're going to do is take your oil and put it into your roller. So I know that I'm going to do 10 drops in here. So I'll do 10 drops, and then I'll add in the Copaiba. This is me just pretending to do this. And then you will top it off with your fractionated coconut oil. And I actually have this old bottle that I got from Amazon, and I just keep refilling it with this because I like the pump. So if you can, put your fractionated coconut oil into a pump, into a glass, or it doesn't have to be a glass bottle. And then that way it makes it really, really easy for you to fill your bottles. Do you like that? So then you just pump it in, fill it in, and then put your lid on. Slap a cute little sticker on there, which you also can get here. And then you're good to go. And then I will carry this with me wherever I go. So anytime I start to feel overwhelmed or a little bit of anxious thoughts, then I will use this. And where do you put this? Because it's pre-diluted, it's got fractionated coconut oil, I can basically put it anywhere I have skin. So I like to put it on the inside of my wrists and maybe behind my ears and over my heart. And then I'll just take a nice big smell of it before I have to go into the shops. And that helps a lot. And you can do this with anything. You can make a roller for immune boosting. You can make a roller for respiratory support. You can make a roller for focusing. You know, you can just, the sky is the limit, your creativity is the limit. So the other thing you can do, and I'm just throwing out ideas because there's just so many great ways out there. And I am not the queen of DIY. I am no Tennille DeSilva. So follow her on Facebook and Instagram, Silva Earth Oils, and then also Oil Life Teacher does great DIYs as well. He's a human. But just like, for instance, I have this annoying cough, and if there's anything that you don't want to have in this season, it's a cough. So I'm really tired of getting like the stink eye from people, you know, when I accidentally cough in public. So I've made a nice little blend here. I suggest just using a better container than this. It's just what I have. So I took real coconut oil, the fatty kind, and I melted it into a liquid, and then I put in peppermint, breathe, eucalyptus, rosemary, and a little bit of cassia. And then I let it get solid again. So this now is like my Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah, I put eucalyptus in there too. I don't know if I said that. Yeah. So then I put all that in there, and it's like Vicks, except without the nasty petrochemicals. And then I just use that. It's great. So yeah, there's tons of ideas out there just on how to use the oils. You can make immune boosting gummies with On Guard for your kids. You can make face moisturizers, face serums, cleaners for your house. You want to also get some glass bottles, glass spray bottles. So I we'll put some On Guard in here, or I will put tea tree and lemon with some vinegar and just water. There's better recipes out there than what I'm telling you right now. And then just use that to clean with. And that way I'm not using nasty chemicals in the house, and my house smells good. It doesn't smell like it's just been cleaned. It actually smells like, you know, eucalyptus and lemon. So that's great. You will want to put your oils into a glass or aluminum stainless steel bottle. And yeah, because things like lemon are made to detox things, so it will eat through plastic. What else? The sky's the limit for topical use. Just consult some of the guides, some of the resource books for what oils to not put directly on your skin. As I said, oregano is the #1 oil probably you don't want to put directly on your skin. You can take it internally. You can put it into a veggie capsule or something like that. But putting it directly on your skin is a little bit warm, and you'll feel a nice little burn. So what else? I'm actually just talking to a blank screen, so it's a little bit weird. Yes, put it into a lotion. That's also great. Third way to talk about oils is internally. And as we talked about, all oils are not created equal. So when I say you can take these internally, I'm only talking about doTERRA oils. I'm not talking about anything else. And you will note when you look at your bottle of oil that it'll say something on the side like supplemental facts. I don't know if you can see that. So if it says supplemental facts, that's your indication that it can be used internally and is actually recommended and encouraged that you use it internally. So it's been thoroughly tested, thoroughly vetted for any sort of adulterated pollution or anything like that. So if you look at a bottle of peppermint, nothing in here but pure peppermint oil. So it's very, very strong. But peppermint is great for tummy issues. It's great for headaches. It's great for seasonal threats. It's great to cook with. So some of your oils you can experiment and cook with. I know people that love On Guard in their oatmeal, love On Guard in their smoothies. Peppermint makes a great tea. When you do make a tea with peppermint or add it to your coffee for a nice peppermint latte, you will only want to take a toothpick and put it around the edge, the top of it, and then tap your toothpick into the coffee. It's quite strong. You can make peppermint dessert, peppermint chocolate, peppermint brownies, I mean, all kinds of things. And if you go to doTERRA.com under resources, you can find cooking with essential oils. There's great recipes. People are super creative with what they do with their oils. So you do want to look for the supplemental facts to make sure that you can ingest it. There are some that don't have that on there that I do ingest. Oh, I probably shouldn't tell you that, but I did. The other thing you can do is look for these veggie caps. I don't think they're in South Africa just yet. However, there are some shops that will have these. I think Discount used to carry them. They're just empty capsules. So basically, you do this, taking them apart, and then I would put maybe 1 to 2 drops of the essential oil in here. If you are just starting out with oils, I would not use more than 4 because they're quite potent. And then I actually put a little bit of a fatty oil in here, so like coconut oil or olive oil, just because the oil needs some fat to grab onto. And so if you use water, it's not really gonna digest well for you. So take it with almond milk or take it with another type of fatty substance if you don't want to taste the oil. Some people are prone to oil burns. That will help if you don't. But oregano and lemon in here is great. If you start to feel any sort of bug coming on, I immediately put a couple drops of both of those into a capsule and just start taking them. And I will take 2 or 3 a day until I start to feel like, okay, this is done. There's all kinds of combinations of things you can take to boost your immunity, to keep yourself healthy, to help with cellular regeneration, to help with all kinds of things. And what I do is I keep the veggie caps on my kitchen counter, and then I have my kitchen oils out, so I know exactly which ones I'm cooking with. I don't cook, but if I did, I would use those. which ones I take internally throughout the day. So I will take a lot of oils throughout the day. And then I have things like lemon and smart and sassy and grapefruit and different things in my water. So I start my day with lemon water, and I will actually put lemon oil in my water and drink that. And you can do that throughout the day. That's great. It's a great way to get oils into your system. And it tastes great too. So that is a little bit on internal use. And I've only barely scratched the surface and whizzed through some of these things. But really I want to encourage you just to put the oils out where you can see them. When you are just starting to integrate the oil lifestyle, just make it a habit to think what oils would I use first? What could I use first instead of something else? And then just find out what's possible. Like copaiba is kind of like nature's ibuprofen. So anytime I have a pain above my neck, then I will rub copaiba on my temples and peppermint and lavender and frankincense. If I have sore muscles, I will take copaiba internally, and I'll also rub it on the sore muscles along with beet glue. Just get some fractionated coconut oil, make yourself a nice little mixture, and rub it right on. So yeah, just think about how can you replace some of the synthetic things that you used to use with natural oils, and then gradually you're going to be able to see, oh, I could clean with these instead of something else, or I can use DigestZen or Zengest for a stomach, a digestive issue. Yeah, and then you're just going to kind of just slowly, gradually see what works for you. If there's an oil that doesn't work for you, doesn't have the effect that you want, try a different oil, because not every body is created the same and everyone's body chemistry is different. And oils are adaptogenic in nature. So, for instance, my mom does not fall asleep with lavender. In fact, it makes her hyper. So she uses something else to fall asleep. And it's just a matter of getting to know your body and to know your system and what works for you. So just keep trying. If something doesn't work, try something else. And there's no side effects for using the oils, only side benefits. So have fun. Just try some different things and see what works for you. You never know what you're going to come up with. And what you come up with might be what somebody else is looking for. I would make a wish list. If there's an oil that you hear somebody talking about, I would write it down and say, oh, okay, like in my next order, I'm going to add copaiba, or I'm going to add serenity. I'm going to add the on-road toothpaste because I don't want fluoride in my brain. And then just gradually start replacing some of those things that you would normally use with the natural alternatives. Just look at my notes here to see what I missed. Yeah, you just have fun, just experiment. One of the funniest things that we talk about sometimes is what smells good to me doesn't smell good to you. You know what? Some people love the smell of vetiver. I think it stinks to high heaven. But it's great for sleep, and people love it for calming. It's hopefully on its way to South Africa eventually, but some people, yeah. So what works for you is going to work for you, and it just takes some getting used to. And you have to remember that essential oils are very small molecules, and they're very subtle in their differences. They're very subtle in their change because you're working at a cellular level. So of course things aren't going to be drastic and sudden. So give yourself some time, be consistent, really be consistent. Will they work the first time? Maybe not, but keep at it. Just keep using, keep experimenting. Just enjoy what you have. The oils are a fantastic journey. They're life-changing, and we've seen so many people have great results, different results for everybody. But you know what? Some of the stories that come through are just incredible, and people are getting their lives back. And these are options. It just takes getting used to. It takes integration. It takes being brave to try some things that maybe you wouldn't have normally thought of. And don't be shy to ask. Ask on the Facebook group. Ask on the WhatsApp group. Ask the person who introduced you to oils. What was the reason you got into it? Was it for a specific purpose? Was it for sleep? Was it for Feeling overwhelmed? Was it for sickness? Was it for pain? Write that down and contact the person who introduced you, and they can walk you through a protocol for how to help that, for what to do in those situations. And pretty soon you're going to have notebooks full of ideas and ways to help your family, help yourselves, and it's going to be amazing. And you're going to start to see ways to help people that you never thought possible. So, as always, yeah, you got to start somewhere, and opening that first bottle, taking a nice big smell is the first step. If we can help in any way, feel free to ask on the Facebook group. There's a lot of people with a lot of experience and a lot more creative ideas than I just showed you. And we're happy to help. So there's no shame in that oil game.